Air transportation is increasing year on year with increased number of air travelers and cargo demands. Carbon emissions produced from aviation industry is major concern globally with this increased air travel. These increased carbon emissions will create serious impacts on the climatic conditions globally. International Air Transport Association IATA and the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO are taking various measures to reduce the carbon footprints of the aviation industry. International Civil Aviation Authority specifically created Carbon Offsetting and Reduction Scheme for International Aviation, CORSIA, to monitor these carbon emissions and taking measures to reduce CO2. Sustainable aviation fuel is considered as one of the solutions to reduce the major carbon emissions produced from aviation industry. Sustainable aviation fuel or bio-aviation fuel is made from sustainable resources such as forestry or agricultural wastage, used cooking oil, home wastages, carbon captured from the air, and green hydrogen that can replace or mixed with conventional jet fuel to reduce carbon emissions produced by aircraft. The sustainable aviation fuel uses renewable feedstocks and reduce carbon emissions by 70 to 80%, and it helps to reduce the aviation industry's carbon footprint globally. This fuel can be mixed with existing jet fuel without any changes in the aircraft structure or equipments or engine. On average, 1 ton of jet fuel produces 3.16 tons of carbon emission. So, a flight from Tokyo to Anchorage consumes 66 tons of jet fuel and produce around 200 tons of CO2 emissions for a single flight. CORSIA closely monitor these carbon emissions produced by each airlines to take necessary measures. Also, it's mandatory for all airlines globally to submit the CO2 emissions report to CORSIA on yearly basis based on the number of flights and fuel burned. The usage of sustainable aviation fuel increased year on year to reduce the carbon emissions. As per a recent survey, almost 250,000 flights use sustainable aviation fuel worldwide, and it's expected to increase in the upcoming years. This will increase the demand for biofuel globally. IATA is aiming for net zero carbon emission by the year 2050. 10 billion passengers are expected to travel in the year of 2050, and 1.8 gigatons of carbon emissions are expected in the same year. Moreover, the net zero commitment implies cumulative total of 21.2 gigatons of carbon will be abated between 2022 and 2050. The IATA and ICAO plan to reduce carbon emissions using various solutions such as sustainable aviation fuel, SAFs, new aircraft technology, more efficient operations and infrastructure, and the development of new zero-emissions energy sources such as electric and hydrogen power. The net zero carbon emission plan in the year of 2050 is based on the following strategy. Around 65% of carbon emissions will be reduced with the help of sustainable aviation fuel. Around 13% will be reduced using new propulsion technologies such as electric and hydrogen flights. Around 3% will be reduced based on new technologies in airports, aircraft, and air navigation, which helps to increase efficiency. The remaining could be deals through carbon capture and storage, 11%, and offsets, 8%. Sustainable aviation fuel is going to play a major role in reducing carbon emissions from the aviation industry in the future. Currently, SAF productions are limited, and it's expected to increase to meet future demands. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe, and click the bell icon for more video notifications.